Just sent you a Zoom link. Are you? Good.
We'd like to welcome everybody. We'll call this meeting to order. I'll give it an invocation. Our Heavenly Father, we're thankful for the blessings of us tonight that we'll have thy spirit. Be those things that are in the interest of the town of Mayesville and the citizens of the States. Amen. There a motion to approve the agenda. There a second? Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I did not see any of the things for the executive session unless we were carrying the third over the executive session.
Contract. Legal.
What was the question? I didn't hear it.
There was a question. I didn't see anything for the executive session in any emails.
We need to talk about, okay, so.
Well, I did receive some information to the court system that I would have to discuss with all of council, including myself. So I do have some legal addresses that came yesterday and today.
Okay, so is there a motion to move into executive session, or do we want to move it to?
I don't.
I make a motion that we move into executive session.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
All in favor? Nay. Public session.
I'll make a motion every.
All in favor? Aye. Any actions to be taken? 25-26 budget discussion. Council, do you have any discussion on first reading?
I didn't hear an answer, or I didn't hear anybody say yes or no to action. I didn't hear a yes or no actions on executive session. I didn't hear a yes or
What
no.
did you inquire about executive session?
We just made a motion to return from the executive session.
Okay.
And then I asked, is there any actions to take? Has any actions to take?
Any motions anybody want?
So if there's no motion to take, now we are on discussion. Any discussion from the council on the budget? Then I make a motion to approve the first reading, which we did a month ago on the budget. If the town citizens would like me to go over it one more time, I will do that. By the raise of hands, would you like me to read the budget one more time with what we've got, or is everybody okay with what we read last time? Good with it? So I make a motion to approve for approve the first reading of the budget. Second,
Mr. Mayor, before you do that, I wanted to clarify a housekeeping issue. Uh, uh, anytime, it probably would be better for you to call for a motion because when
okay,
you,
we've talked about this before. I appreciate it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
We've talked about this same discussion before,
What discussion?
and coaching me to ask for a motion.
Okay.
That's all right. I'm
Let me just finish it for you, okay? Anytime you make a motion, you are disqualified from going forward. You have to stand aside and let your mayor pro tem take over once you make a motion. You are not allowed to make a motion and then govern the motion from start to finish or vote on it.
Okay.
I'm bringing it to your attention. Perhaps your council would like to address it with you or have a discussion on it. But any action you take where you initiate the motion, you cannot proceed further. You have to step aside and let your next in charge carry it forward. Okay,
that's all
so
right.
is that what you're going to do?
I've made the motion. I
All
let Mayor Pro Tem ask for the second and ask for the vote. That's fine.
Mayor Pro Tem is on you to proceed with asking for a second and ask for a discussion afterwards. Would you repeat the motion?
Motion is to approve the first reading of the budget for today, June 10th, 2025.
Can we get a second? Is there anybody seconding the, motion for the budget?
I second.
And now ask, is there any discussion?
Is there any discussion about the budget of the first reading?
If not, then call for the
All
vote.
in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Ask for opposed. Ask for opposed.
Any opposed?
Motion carries.
April 8th, council meeting minutes. Those were the minutes from last month that we did tabled. Is that correct? Ms. Collins, is that correct? Are these the minutes from last time that we tabled?
Yes.
There a motion to approve the April 8th council meeting minutes? I can return the report on the FTC. There were 2 accounts. One of the accounts was over the Old Town Hall. There was a letter taken to FTC by the clerk to change that. And then it was forwarded to a phone number. I think it goes to Judge Jackson at this point. I don't know why we've done that, but
Are you on the minutes or the financial
we're
report?
on the financial. And last time we tabled it because of the 2 accounts of the FTC. So maybe there can be some explanation on that FTC account. Was there a letter taken into the FTC?
That's what I'm trying to get clarification on.
Mr. Mayor, you called for a motion on the April minutes, and I think you got a second, I believe.
Now that we're discussing, because what happened last time, why they were not approved was to.
Oh, they weren't ready.
read.
It's not that it was, they weren't completed, so that's why they weren't approved. It's the financial report that was tabled.
Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. My mistake. Go ahead on the minutes. I was on the April financial report. I apologize. April 8th, council minutes. Did somebody make a motion on that one?
I asked if, I'm sorry, if Ms. Collins, would you read that for us?
The whole minute?
The minutes, not gonna take that long.
Town of Mayesville meeting minutes for April 8th, 2025. Do you want a summary or
You can do a summary.
Okay. The Town of Mayesville Council conducted a meeting, began at 6:30 p.m. The agenda was adopted. March 11th council meeting minutes were
approved. March 18th, special called meeting with public hearing and second reading of the town seal ordinance minutes. Council discussed what took place in the meeting. There were two separate meetings, a public hearing and then the second reading of the town seal ordinance. The March financial report was read. Council had a couple of questions. Those questions were answered. There was no new business. Old business was suspended. Councilman Wilson, legal issue discussion. So the council made a previous resolution for Mr. Wilson to refrain from attending town functions. Council wanted to enforce their resolution. Next topic on old business was the USDA. The three grants being the rural healthcare grant, the nature trail, and the kitchen equipment grants. There was an update on the USDA letters of conditions. Council was not aware of the new changes, nor did they authorize the changes for the letter of conditions. Council was unhappy regarding a lack of transparency from the mayor. Mayor Brown requested to move the grant funds over to the Old Hall Town project. Council did go back and forth regarding discussing the funds from the grants and what was to be used with them. No decision was made. The council did not approve of the change of the letter of conditions. A Unity Festival meeting was discussed. Town security gave a report regarding the calls that took place for the month. An executive session was held regarding legal and personnel. And no actions were taken after the executive session, and the meeting was adjourned at 8:24 p.m. That concluded the minutes.
Is there a motion to?
I make a motion to approve the minutes for April 8th as written.
A second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Nay. April financial reports. Is there a motion to accept the April financial report?
I make a motion to approve the,
No, we have a question.
I'm sorry.
So, with the financial report on, 5/6, Black River, 5/8, we paying Black River in.
Yeah, that the answer to your question is yes, but you're looking at the May,
Yeah.
but those payments were still made in the April. There are streetlights that the town pays for. Some are on Black River and
She had made a mistake. She's on May instead of April.
right.
So
Some is in the Black River jurisdiction and some is in Duke.
is there a second on the April financial report? This is the one that we dated. for the FTC? Would you like a report from the FTC? So there was a letter written and delivered to the FTC about one of the accounts from the Old Town Hall. Mrs. Collins, you delivered that letter. Can you tell us what it was for?
As I stated in the last meeting, the Old Town Hall had equipment and services. There were 2 telephone numbers as well as a bundle service. I disconnected that because of the obvious reasons of going through construction. But there are services that could not be discussed because the EIN or the tax ID number was not that of the town of Mayesville. So I had to submit a letter stating the proper EIN for the town so that the town would be able to control the account other than paying for it and discuss what was going on with it and then reduce the services.
So, and then the number was changed to 4
Well, it should have been going to the magistrate. So I just reinforced that that connection and made sure, because the phone line is not physically there anymore, virtually it's just sent to her cell phone.
So I'd open the account for, do we need that service? Can we cancel that service? Discussion. What do you guys think? We're not gonna use it. It was costing us $190 a month.
It's down to 40.
For the purpose, what do we need it for?
The magistrate.
She's a judge. She's not a magistrate, but we have talked
Tell her
before.
telephone number. She receives, that's the court, that's an active phone line for the judge.
We've discussed before that she would use her phone.
Well,
She did not.
nobody, no,
That she did use her phone.
it's going to her phone now. It's
Oh,
so she can differentiate
Judge
between.
Jackson, do you need that phone?
I would like to keep the number so that I don't have to give out my personal number except to a court official. So it is good to have that number for people who want to call.
Okay,
So the 2 numbers that we was paying for that wasn't connected to Mayesville, we not paying for.
Yes, there is another number, but it's not with FTC, and I am researching where that was going to.
So we not paying for.
No, just a voice connection is what's being paid for. Because once you disconnect it, you don't get the number anymore. And apparently these numbers have been held by the town of Mayesville for many years.
so is there a second on the April financial report?
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Can you clarify who made the motion?
There a motion then to approve the April financial?
I make a motion we approve the April financial.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
May 13th, council meeting minutes. Please, we've already talked about reading the minutes. They've been sent out. There a motion to approve the May 13th council meeting minutes.
So moved.
What's that?
She moved to approve.
She made a motion to. Okay, is there a second?
Yeah.
All in favor?
Aye.
Nay. There a motion to approve the May 19th special call meeting minutes.
I make a motion we approve the May 19th special call.
Is there a second?
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
There was another meeting scheduled and canceled. Can I ask why it was canceled? you sent out any notices of the cancellation?
I sent the notices out when I was notified that there wasn't going to be a meeting.
Who notified you there wasn't gonna
It came from you.
It came from you, you told us the way to
It
do
came
it, to this meeting, right?
come from me?
Yes, it
It
is.
did.
You said, why would we have the meeting when we can just wait to June 10th to this meeting? So we said, okay, we agree. So now you ain't tell us that?
No, nobody said nobody said it. In fact, there is an agenda posted and
The agenda was
It was
posted
taken.
and I put meeting canceled because of what council just said. And you have it in the email that there's
I do
no
have
need
it
to
in
have,
email.
yeah.
May financial report. Is there a motion to approve the May financial report?
Make a motion that we accept May's financial report.
For a second,
I say,
all in favor?
Aye.
New business flood mitigation program, building permits inspection, memorandum of understanding. Is there a council member that brought this to the public attention that you want to address this? So nobody on council brought this up? Councilman Rick? Yes or no? Councilwoman Knapp, do you have anything? Flood mitigation? Councilman, anything on that?
you said,
So none of the council put this on the agenda
This was requested
by whom?
by the National Flood Insurance people. And you
Not by
were,
any of the
you
council.
were also, it's not a choice. This
It
is
is a choice.
there's a regulation that needed to be held and you were in that email thread with
Ma'am,
the gentleman.
there is a choice. The council decide what's going on. And yes, I am in conversation with them. And they are Sumter County working up a contract that is over that. so that
And
we
I
can
have
look-
it.
So that we can look
I
at
got it today.
and we can, perfect. That is great.
So that's why the council was aware. I've been communicating through the email. So
Do you want it back?
Who's in email?
yours and all the rest of them.
No, excuse me. All right. Guess we'll probably all need it. Can you make a copy for,
Everyone has a copy in their folder, including you.
okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You can take a look at that.
So that's coming for the town, that's coming from Sumter County. I really don't understand a lot about it. Um, I'll meet with Sumter County and Gary Mixon on it a little bit. He called me today and said you need to review because you should in your ordinances have a flood mitigation ordinance, and I don't know if we do. Does any council that's been here a while know that we have a flood mitigation ordinance within Mayesville itself? I don't know if we do or not. And he asked me to review it because there's a section in here, maybe Kel or some of the people that have been on, if you can discuss what it's after. I don't know if we do have an ordinance. And there's something in the contract that he said you guys need to read through it and discuss if you have an ordinance. So we can look at that later. The next one is.
So you're asking them to table it, to bring it back up?
Well, we're gonna still have to review it. We're gonna have to review this, table it, and come back. He says, take a little bit of time on it so you can read through it and see what you've got as far as Mayfield has. Because I don't know if we have any. So yes, I'm saying make a motion to table it for right now so that we can review it as a council. We can get some advice on it because I don't know anything about it.
So you're gonna call for a motion on it?
I won't, I'll take your request.
No, I'm
Is-
saying
Is there
that's your
anybody that has
counsel.
a motion?
You do need to,
I make,
go ahead, I'm
I
sorry.
make a motion that we, table the deliberation for.
Is there a second?
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, zoning variance request on 202 Willow Street. And I'm just going to, there are people representing the party that are bringing the variance to us. This is a piece of property that they want to move a house on. I don't know the exact size, but our setbacks are 25 from the front, 15 on each side, and then 20 in the back. This home meets all of the setbacks. In fact, the setbacks on the sides are 20 to 30 feet. They met the setback in the front 25 feet. But the back of the house is 16.57 feet to the lot behind, which is a lot that is landlocked. There's nobody that can build on it. A month ago, I gave them the opportunity to get with those people and just ask, just like we discussed before. Nobody responded back to the party. They're in New Jersey. So I will make the motion on this one, unless you would like to discuss anything. He is representing the family that is moving the home onto the lot. Would you like to speak to Chair? Council, are you okay with that? So we can just discuss what's going on?
Yes.
It's a brand new home we're putting there. It's gonna be beautified. We do a great job when we put it there. She's only 3.57 feet, 3.43 feet from meeting the actual setback on the back. She's cleaned a lot up. It's pretty. We're making it really nice. She deserves that. She deserves this. It's beautiful now. So if y'all can help her with this, sir.
So what she's asking for is a variance of only 3 feet. Meaning she's not asking 3 feet from the owner. She's asking from us as council and a community to say it's all right for her to be within that 20 feet setback and be 16.57 feet away from the back line so that she can move ahead. Like I said, the lot in back of it is landlocked. Nobody could ever build on it. It could be sold to another lot around there, but it would not harm any of the other neighbors or even the front neighbor. And so it's not going to be anything that would hurt. So my motion would be to accept or give them the variance of 3.43 feet and be able to give her the approval and the permit to be able to move that home on. And I'll let you ask for the rest of it.
Can we do that or do she?
She will have to go, after this, she will be able to go to Sumter County if we get her.
Would the council be concerned about the landlocked person?
That's what we said. They called them specifically. They wrote a letter. They tried to get a hold of them. Nobody would respond. And it's landlocked. It's not going to be able to be built on. So it's not encroaching on any home or any structures.
But it's still somebody, right? So I know we gonna get somebody else.
No. It's not taking any land away from somebody else. What we're saying is that the town ordinance or the town zoning says that we have to give 20 feet from that lot to the house. We're saying we're going to allow them to build a little bit closer to that. They'll build 16.57 feet away from the back line. So they're 16 feet away from their lot. It's not giving away anybody's lot. It's not doing anything. And this land cannot be built on. If it could be built on and it would approach on another house, then there's a possibility that, we'd have to have a larger discussion.
Neighboring lot.
Who owns the neighborhood house?
Let's see if I've got,
I got it, if you know.
what's their name?
It's in care of Jay Melendez. That's who's in care of the property. So the actual owner of the property. Gladys Nimmons, Nimmons.
On Willow Street.
202 Willow Street.
So Gladys Nimmons is the owner and in care of Jay Melendez, and they're out of New Jersey, Orange, New Jersey, East Orange, New Jersey, and I sent 2 letters back to back. And that's been over 3 weeks ago, nobody responded or anything, letter, my phone number. This is the actual letter that I sent. Copy of that letter, just if y'all want to take a look at it. That's the letter I sent, she explained everything about, it was gonna be a little closer to the property line.
Where is what?
Right here, here's her property, she's got right here, 81 feet from the side, 67, she's got across her front, 50 plus 81, if you add that together. On the front, she's got 25 foot from the front, okay? On the back, y'all were asking for 20 foot, she's only got 16.57. On this side of the home would be 35 foot, which you've only gotta have 50. And on this side, she's got 45. Only, yeah, see, this is a big, this is an L-shaped lot. So only a portion of the home is gonna be within that 3.43 foot that we need. This is landlocked and all treed and nobody can ever build here. So it won't affect this lot at all. You just, instead of being 20 foot, you're only 16 foot from their property line.
Are we speaking of the on Willow Street?
Yes, ma'am. 202 Willow Street. There was an old mobile home there before, big 28 by 70, which is a lot, that's a lot smaller. And they tore that down a long time. And they tore that down a long time ago. And they tore that down, so we're putting a smaller home there, which is only 26 by 56. And this is gonna be, this is a beautiful home, it's a brand new mobile home. It's really nice. This is the only thing holding her from getting her ready.
And see, the reason I was asking is because I grew up on Willow Street.
Yes, ma'am.
Many rooms ago.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, no question.
You all may need to warn her, if you get all of your approvals.
Yes.
Cause in South Carolina, you can't landlock a person, or you can, but if they choose to get an easement across your property to the public road, the landlocked person have a right to it, cause South Carolina don't allow you to landlock them where they can't get on and off. It can be your property, they could be landlocked in, but they got a right to have access across someone, the easiest property to get across. So that person would need to be warned of that.
Yeah, I don't think.
That's the first thing. The other thing is, Mayor, don't you need to have a public hearing on doing a variance?
I know there's some steps we're supposed to take.
That there has to be, because we can all agree that they can have the variance, but in order to agree, people who own property around them got a right to, I mean, just because they contact them, the people around them got a right to say, nope, I have my 20 feet, he should have his. So you are supposed to have a public hearing. I'm not saying to do it or not to do it, I'm just telling you what the rule requirement is for issuing variances, whether it's with us or whether it's with Columbia Sumter. So we could give one and it would turn out to be no good. I'm not saying not do it.
I've done this a couple times with Sumter,
Yeah.
and we just had a meeting just like this. You know, we had a variance meeting, we went there and they approved it. I've done this a million times.
With the Sumter Council or
Yes, sir.
the board? It's
With
on the
Sumter
board.
Council, the county council, or if it's in the city, then we go through the city part. I'm trying to think of that, the variance or something like that. I can't remember that part of it.
Yeah.
But it was a very simple process.
Well, I understand that, but South Carolina law requires a hearing for the neighbors. I'm not saying do it or not do it. I like to tell them the law and then they can say, Carter, I want to hear you.
But this is about helping one of your citizens. She's a very sweet lady. She's got a brand new house. You get the tax base coming back to the community. I mean, and you're helping somebody that really deserves a nice property. So if y'all have it in your heart to help her, that'd be great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So now if we had a discussion, Mayor Pro Tem can call a vote or whatever. I ask for more discussion. Yeah, you can ask for a vote on the motion or ask if there any more discussion and then ask for a vote.
Is
on
there
the
any more discussion on the motion?
No.
And now you can call
Can I
all
get a
in
second?
favor all in favor to grant the parents, and then all in favor not to grant. That's the case. And I'm not trying to suggest one thing or the other.
All in favor to grant that, variance?
Is there a second?
So,
Yeah, that's
Second.
right. Second. All in favor, staff?
Aye.
And opposed? Pass it.
Can you tell me who said aye?
the mayor,
Aye.
All in favor?
Councilwoman Benjamin.
Thank you.
So, Councilwoman, excuse me. Yeah.
Vote.
Nay. Only because we have to go do proper protocol, so we can do this the right way. Shit.
Let's do this.
Yes, sir.
You can go get the permit.
Yes.
I wouldn't pay any fees, and if I don't know what the fees are for the permit right now is, but can I look this up as far as what council has? Our general counsel has told me about public hearing. And just make sure by law that we're taking care of the proper procedure. This is how I've done it before previously, but I'm gonna take the counsel from him and look into it. We've got an approval right now that I'm asking you to just wait for a little bit so I can give you a call and I can get back with council to assure Councilwoman Massengale that this was okay. Okay, is that all right?
Yes, sir.
This week?
Did you ever call me out like that?
No, so that I can give you information back. I'm saying it's good that you're. Okay.
We're good for now.
We are. Thank
Appreciate
you.
your very
I love the
Have a great day.
Okay.
Evening park. Nonprofit.
Yes.
Kids in the Park nonprofit funded signs in the Bethune Nature Trail. We were awarded a grant. The council has got this. I have not. I knew we got the grant. I didn't know enough about it. They hadn't sent us all the information. Ms. Collins forwarded this to us today. It's $2,500 for signs for kids to have fun on a trail and be able to do research and be able to do some things. It is a good one. I think many of you have seen these. I think this is one that we need to sit down and discuss. We have part money-wise that we need to be able to provide also. So I would like to sit down with the group and just see what's been done before. It's awarded all over the state. Yes, ma'am.
So to clarify what you just said, one, this was sent back in May, late May
To you?
to you, to all of council. So when I was contacted, it's not the town of Mayesville getting a grant, it's the nonprofit Kids in Parks that get the grant. So what they do is they had a meeting and they selected several parks, one being Poinsett Park. And there was another one, it's in the email, but the Mary McLeod Bethune Nature Trail was the third. So what they have done is they've done the work to get the grant, and the grant, once the town agrees to partner with them, they come and they post their holders on the nature trail, and they have different activities for the children. So the town of Mayesville would agree to maintain the ground, which the town is already doing, and they would take care of the providing the pamphlets to go on the inside. The council, the town would agree to make sure that they stay stocked, but if the town does not have the funds, which I think it ended up being $300 for 2,000 copies, they would go and get a grant to pay for it. So the town technically doesn't have to come out of their pockets for any money, but this is a tourist attraction. They would be, the nature trail would be listed on their website as these others are. And the children have an opportunity to partake in the activity and then send them the results of their findings and get a gift.
In the funding part, town of Mayesville will be responsible for any additional startup fees above and beyond the 2,500 provided by the grant. So I would love to sit down with a group council and also a group of citizens that would like to look at this and part of assisting with this, because it's about a 7-page contract memorandum for us to be able to follow and be able to keep it up for 5-year contract. Is that correct, what you read? There's a 5-year. So is there, council, is there anything you would like to do with that right now? You've had it since, when did you say that you emailed it to everybody?
May 27th?
So May 27th, everybody's had it. Maybe you've had a chance to read it, go through it, talk about it. There any motion, anything to do with that right now? Okay, then I'll make a motion. I make a motion to just table it for a little bit so that we can read through it. We can meet with the organization that has got it and be able to understand what our part is for the next 5 years, and then what some of them look like so that we can kind of see or visit some of them.
Is there a second?
All in favor? Oh, sorry.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Old business, USDA letter of conditions, the changes of the health and nature trail and the equipment. Right.
Mr. Mayor.
Yes.
Just for the purposes, for each matter that we're tabling, them for them to be brought up later, correct?
Do we need to have a specific date on it?
Well, no, what I was getting ready to say is, we're tabling it, and with the understanding for it to be brought up, the question is whether you're gonna be bringing it up, or redirecting the clerk to sit it on a future agenda or something.
Good question. Do you
We
think,
table things, that's what.
I don't know anything about this organization, so do you think we can get some information within the month
Mhm.
to put it on? So let's direct this.
If you look in your email, all of their contact information is in there, the websites that show the different parks and what it looks like. Some have pavement, some don't, it's just ground, but
Okay.
the activities are also available online.
No, the issue we're talking about
Let's
is,
put it on next
do
agenda.
we have the clerk to put it on the next
Yes.
agenda?
Let's put it on next
So,
agenda.
and I'm bringing it up so we don't come to the next meeting and say, who put this on the agenda?
Yep.
For both matters.
Is there a motion to move forward on the USDA letters of conditions, change health and the nature trail and the kitchen equipment grants to what was proposed?
Can you share with me what was proposed?
Yep. On the health grant would be moved to specifically the address of the old town hall. That would be for equipment. It will be, I think it's 45 to 50% match. And it would match the money that we have attached to the remodel plus any that towards it to rebuild it. So it'd probably be anywhere from 110,000 to possibly 200,000. The nature trail is the equipment to move forward with purchase of the equipment there. And then the kitchen equipment moved to the new address of 23 South Main for the remodel of the old town hall. We would not purchase the equipment right now. It would just be there ready to go when we remodel it. And that is a matching grant also, which we have matching funds for.
We have to make a phone call, so
Say that again.
we have to make a phone call.
We do have matching funds for each one of these grants.
Did we ever, I'm sorry,
He's stating that the town has the matching grants for the healthcare grant, the emergency rural healthcare grant.
Correct. It's not for the full amount.
How much is it?
The matching,
Yes.
I'd have to figure it out.
So how can we have it if we don't know what it, you've got to figure it out?
What?
You said we have it, so I was wondering what that dollar amount is.
Okay, so the health care grant is $500,000.
And you said we got to mention amount.
And no, it has to match 1.5 million, so it looks like it's a quarter match.
But I thought well, not thought, but you reported that because it was moved, it's less than 550.
Correct,
So-
so it's going to match whatever we put in remodel wise into the old town hall. So whatever the total amount is that we put into the old town hall, so if we put 100,000 total in the old town hall, we would get 25,000 matching.
So once that number is determined, then the match will also be determined.
Was there a question?
I had a question regarding the nature trail signs. Is that part of the equipment list that you have finished purchasing?
It was taken off. It was one of the things that was removed.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
It was one of the items that was removed.
What is one of the items?
What Ms. Collins just asked for, the signage. There's $12,000 put towards signage for the nature trail.
And you decided that we don't need it, or I don't understand.
We made some determination with the maintenance and everything that's caring for it. Former employees. We discussed.
So you discussed with the former employee and the maintenance that.
To take care of.
to take-
Everybody doing it?
Yeah.
That's my. Everybody doing it? It's not going nowhere. It's what it is.
Another question. Was a piece of this equipment returned? Got here and it was returned?
It was too
Which
big.
one?
It was too big. It was a side mower, so we'd be able to do the pitches.
Well, why weren't we notified?
About what? About the return of the equipment?
Whatever that's going on in town, that's what. You don't know that.
So if you returned the side mower, then that would present another change in the letter of conditions because the equipment list changed.
It's already been reported to the USDA.
So you changed the letter of conditions again?
No, they know that it's been returned so that we can get the right size for our tractor.
Okay, does that create funds for the signage for tourism purposes?
And no,
So how much funds were credited, so to speak, because of the return.
Same amount that we purchased it for.
So you bought a smaller piece of equipment for the same amount,
Haven't.
so the funds are available.
Uh,
Can you send me that information?
Sure.
Can you send us that information?
Yeah. So is there a motion for the UFDA letter of conditions? All right, business licensing, the ordinance review. Is there a council member that has put this on here to talk about the business licensing? So nobody. Thank you.
Yeah, Mr. Barano stated that he did speak to you regarding that information, so all of council is up to date on the purpose of the ordinance review and update the class schedule. You stated last time that you were gonna talk to Charlie and you did, so. What- The email? Mr. Barano said that he had been talking to Mayor Brown regarding the business class schedule update and references, that Mayor Brown was sent the email communication. So everyone's on the same page. So there are 5 things that could be done regarding the business license ordinance. Right now, the town of Mayesville has a flat fee for the business licenses. However, that is not in alignment with the state law. So there are options. Mayesville is small, and to not cause an inconvenience for small business owners, there are 5 things that Mr. Barano stated that the town could possibly do. The town could continue to charge $50 and not be in compliance with the state. However, that does present a risk. To number 2, to adopt the updated 2025 class schedule and keep the $50 flat rate. And technically, you're still not in compliance with the state law, but again, you're dealing with low risk, he said. Now, the town of Mayesville, well, all municipalities basically review their ordinances and vote on the scheduled class rate every 2 years, and 2025 is Mayesville's time to do it. The third option was to adopt the 2025 class schedule and move in an incline class rate schedule. So when you have that, the business licenses are paid according to their income. So there is a system by law that when you have a business license, you're supposed to report all business license activity in that system, and Mayesville is not in that system. Number 4, the town has an option to repeal the business license ordinance and consider adopting a business registration fee, flat fee of $50. So the difference between the business license and the business registration is that $50 fee is not legally considered a license, so the town would not be in risk of being out of compliance. So that business registration fee would be replacing the business license, and it would stay a flat fee. And then the last option is repeal the business license ordinance and have no fee, license or registration. And that's pretty much what he said.
So he forwarded both of these, I think, to all of us in council.
So
This one, the graduated, what did you call it? Has 8 different stages of business, 8 different tiers of business, would require us to know their tax returns, know everything.
It's based on income, yeah.
So with the businesses in Mayesville, we need businesses to come in. We need to build economic. This is one that I can shut that down. I think his recommendation is probably the best to just do a registration fee, which is pretty much what we're doing right now, which is $50. Is that correct?
Yes.
And each business that
How-
comes in.
However, there's an ordinance that was put in place before the council said, you know what? Let's just keep it a flat fee of $50 instead of going with it. So,
Which we're out of compliance, right?
correct.
So I would recommend that we repeal that ordinance and take on the registration fee to take care of the businesses. We're not offering businesses enough services to require their tax returns and base their fees to the town.
But you're not requiring their tax return documents. You're asking them, if I tell you that my law firm made $20,000 last year, and I'm doing my business license fee on the $20,000 that I supposedly made, you'll give me a license based on the flat rate of, what was it, $50?
Yes.
If that's your flat rate, most people flat rates are higher, $50, and then every $5,000, I'd have to pay an additional sum. It might be $2, it might be $20. And that way, when I pay my business license fee, you know you got at least $50, and every $5,000, another sum added on. So you got $50 plus $50 plus $4, so $50 plus $8. And I think it would be terrible. Well, if I can offer y'all my opinion, I think it would be terrible to do either just a flat rate or a registration rate, because while we may not have a lot of businesses in town, the business we have in town probably makes a substantial income. And if they're, I know I'm sounding like a liberal taxes, if their income is $100,000, you got starts $50, and then and I'm saying 5,000, it could be every $2,000, you got to pay another $1.89 or $1.50. And if they're making 100,000 or 200,000, it's $700 or $800 you're getting out of that one for the business license, and that's for that one company. If you got other companies, if you got juke joints, if you got whatever, assuming they give you a reasonable amount of what their income is, if you start to believe that they're lying on their income, then you can insist on them bringing their taxes in, their tax documents in, or you can even contact the state and get it. But you know, we can say that we're just such a small town, let's just do a small fee. But if we're going to grow, we really need to.
A sliding scale.
We really need the sliding scale for different people that comes in, and that benefits the town.
Especially with
$50
economic
is
growth.
not going to do us no good. Even if we just have one building, one business, we just got $50. But if we get more than one, and I believe the town is eventually going to have more than one, the tax application is not difficult to do, which means that you or Ms. Collins will have to learn how to do it, but it is extremely easy. Well, not easy, but learnable. And you'll get more income by doing it based on the state business license application. It is not difficult. That's my 2 cents.
I appreciate your 2 cents. I would rather protect the businesses right now. Make sure that they stay in town. I advocate for just the registration fee and work on luring and bringing businesses into Mayesville, and building it up that way instead of taking from them, especially when we're not offering them a lot of services.
What services are you referring to?
What service, that's exactly right. What
You know,
services?
what services do people get with a business license?
Well, that's what I'm saying, is we are offering them nothing. Town. We want them to come here so that we can offer them different things to be able to assist them.
Give me an example, what do you have
We've
in
got
mind?
roads,
Right.
we've got sidewalks, we've got police services, we've got those kind of things that we are responsible for to provide. And right now, to be able to take from a business, we're not offering great roads. Best thing we offer is police, and most of his calls, 73 calls this last month, are going to community members, not businesses, and helping them out.
So, boy, 60, I watch everybody. Take
Mhm.
care of everybody else. Ain't gonna play by their rules. Take care of everybody else.
Is this a public hearing?
No, it's not.
It's usually every month.
There's nobody else talking.
Yeah, now.
Yeah,
but it-
that's a whole lot. We do it every time we meet,
His team is
All right, is
says the man who's
is there
selling
a
the timer.
motion to do anything with this? Do you guys know anything about? Do you have anything to motion, anything to discuss? Oh, that's what I thought.
Well, go on about your business.
I am.
See, there she goes.
Did I take care of it?
Public hearing.
You talked about the CT, you said something last night. I can't talk to you.
All right, so if there's no motion to take care of that.
When somebody say something.
All right.
On the other side.
Sir, Doc.
No, I'm a citizen too. I'll talk as much as I want to talk.
Well, we just discussed for doing the exact same thing you are doing, sir. That's
Well,
what they're trying to be equitable.
I know, I mean, take her out.
Okay. We are going on to the next thing. There's nothing that needs to be done there. The town litter, slip road, A Avenue. Is there somebody in council that has put this on?
Well, pretty much,
Before we get started, so we're gonna table the business license, or are we gonna let it die, or what?
If nobody wants to bring anything up on it, it must just die. Okay, town litter, slip road, Avenue A. Is there a council member that brought this up?
I mean, it pretty much tells you there is, a lot of litter along Slip Road and Avenue A. And I know the last time y'all got committees together for a town cleanup. I would like to do something like that too. I mean, that's Mayesville too. So I would appreciate it if I don't mind getting the groups together and assigning what areas, if anyone wants to do that.
Yeah, we do that.
That'd be great. So would you like to take that on?
I just said I would.
On that, we'll get that. Committee report, we still don't have jobs listed on there, public participation. Is there anything of the public that needs to be brought up? Yes, sir.
I was wondering what happened to stormwater mitigation survey that we paid for the grant. Where is that currently?
I think there's record of it.
You know, who has it? Just how?
Ms. Collins, you know where that is? The
Where what
report, the storm mitigation report. I think there's over $190,000 that was spent on that through the COG.
That predated me, so I'd have to look.
What was the answer to that?
It predates her being the clerk, so she would have to look at it.
The business license, question. Is that going to include contractors coming in out of town? Do a job and make one. Consultant. You go to do a job, take them out. Yeah, resident. Business license.
That's interesting. So how did you do it previously when they would get a permit? Because when that permit comes in on, it has a contractor on that. Is there a fee assessed to that contractor to be working in Mayesville? I don't know. I'm just, is that how it was done previously?
Not here.
So even the flat fee, would a flat fee be charged to that contractor doing work in Mayesville?
Under normal circumstances, a business license is for persons or entities that have a business operation in your town entity. A contractor comes in town, is supposedly there just for that job. So he or she or the entity may have to get a permit to do their business or to build their structure or whatever the case may be.
And that would be.
And that would be a fee that they're paying to either whoever. No, we're entity, we're a governmental entity. We can have a permit fee, or if we don't have one, then of course they can get one from Sumter County.
Well, their
Not
permits,
city, county.
all of the permits coming into Mayesville are going through Sumter County. So we
County
should,
or city, excuse
Sumter
me,
County.
Sumter County.
So we should probably be getting a
A
portion
portion
of
of that
Okay,
for
I'll
our
check into that.
municipality.
I'll check into that.
Part of what you're discussing is in that schedule. There are municipalities that accept businesses that are not residing in Mayesville. And right now, Mayesville is not one of those.
Okay. I'll check with Sumter County to see what we get on those permits. Okay. Thank you. Anything else? Police security, I skipped that, I'm sorry. 73, is that what you sent to me?
Service, 24 hours checks, parking, girls, like out home. District. And that's on motor vehicles, 0, burglary 0. All we say.
Thank you.
Okay, well.
Thank you. Anybody else, public participation?
I have one question. I asked about the water in certain area on F8. Did anyone check on that? Because a lot of people were going through a private, area when the water was so high.
So was it gathering on Avenue A?
Yes.
So it's not
And-
draining at all?
No, we need some drainage along there. It's terrible.
Is there? Go ahead.
What area of Avenue A?
You know where Carolina
Yes,
at the end of that road, there's a lot,
okay.
the Macmillan houses go
Yeah.
inside.
Mhm.
And a lot of cars, they travel through their yard to avoid all of that water.
Okay.
You know what area I'm talking about?
Yes.
It's really bad, right? And there's another question I would like to ask. Is it illegal to have a camera somewhere on that? Because the litter that you see out there is terrible. If we can catch a couple of people, it might send, warning to other people not to litter.
No, it is not. Let me answer. It is not illegal. That's your question.
Yes. So-
Except trespassing, unless you go on somebody's private
No,
property.
I'm talking
It
about
could
on
be.
one of those poles that
Okay.
they have.
Well, it depends on, who's the power company?
That's
Oh, no,
right.
that'd be like
You might be able to get their permission as long as you're not chopping their poles, they probably get granted to for something as simple as a camera to go high up.
Yeah, we need some kind of control, and we need something that can make people aware of what they are doing.
Do we have any signs posted for littering there?
Last time we did ministry of a couple of the trashes that we had, we had different citizens information that we just gave.
Yes, sir.
Actually, the county has a, litter department, they're very aggressive with that. They have offered, I talked to them because on my property on 76, I have trash constantly. We farm the land on Avenue A. I'll sit and watch people come by and throw out beer cans. Apparently, we live without a chicken box or a Big Mac, like something, because that's what comes out of the way. And so I think if you contact the county, they move that camera around and they make arrangements for putting it up. And I'm sure our officer behind me talked to that too, but they've made quite a few cases by looking at the trash, finding out where, from whom it came, and were able to press charges for that. So I think that would probably be really good and equal measures with asking folks in that too. Yeah. We picked up quite a bit. I'd say several times.
Can you do a ticket based on a video?
Lizard. And on the camera space. Can't do it.
So it can be tough.
It's very tight. I wouldn't push it. Camera. Yes. When I was out there, I had again.
And I get the ticket because you've been driving my truck.
System. One of these is the tag and review from time. Because I said, actually, whoever owns the property on the side of them wouldn't have to do with the pretty strict, like, pretty nice cameras. Great, like a license plate reader. You take model view, that's just got databases, they will own that property. Camera there. You can have your own system. Don't fault camera. That always. Great tool.
I just want to say one thing. We do have an ordinance about unsanitary manner on property. So if there's something, you may want to get with the code enforcement officer or Officer Harper. And that covers not only trash, but it covers dilapidated property, overgrown property. So you may want to get with them as far as doing some code enforcement for the community.
Thank you. And if I might make a comment, I don't know if it's the last one. You asked, can you make a case based on a camera? The ultimate answer, it is difficult, but the ultimate answer is yes. My daughter borrows my vehicles. Every time she goes to Florida, I owe $500 to some tow company. And she just runs through the tow. They say it's me. Number one on that. And also like on I-95 speeding tickets, the owner of the vehicle is ultimately responsible. Whether you speeding and it's your kid or your spouse, the owner is ultimately responsible. And if trash pops out of a car and they are able to gather the tag number and that of a real owner, the owner shares the responsibility. So they don't have to come up and say, oh no, that was my daughter on that day. But as far as you're concerned, you got a person and somebody paid a fine.
Okay. Anything else? There a motion to adjourn?
I make a motion to adjourn.
I second.
All in favor?
Like,